Love the skin. Love the skin.
Hi everyone, if you don't know me, I'm Geneva. I'm the owner and maker of Fat Path of Body. I was trying to figure out a new soap design. So I make a lot of soap. So, the patterns and everything kind of gets old. So I was on YouTube scrolling the other day and I saw a video from Marie Soapworks, and they did a column pour, which I thought was really cool. I've never seen it before. So in this video, it's going to be my first attempt at it. Check it out. Let me know what you think. So as you can see, mistake number one is too much batter in the picture. So this soap that I'm making is a peppermint soap. Initially, I was going to go with red and white because, peppermints are red and white. But then I decided to add a little pink just to give it a little bit more color and flair. So you see, everything started out okay. But then, as you can see right from the beginning, I'm starting to get feathering with the colors. And I'm a right-handed person, but for some reason, when I was doing this pour, I could only do anything with it with my left hand, which was weird. It kind of looks like a hot mess now, but trust me, it gets better. When I tell you guys this was a long pour, it was a long pour. I sped this thing up so much. It was like over an hour worth of footage that I had to cut down and got it to under 10 minutes for you guys. So this batch was almost 100 ounces. I think it's the largest batch I've ever made. But I was trying to fill up this slab mode because usually my batches are like halfway. So at the end you'll see the bars that it makes are huge. You can see the feathering is still very much present, but just in a little while, once I get a couple more of these pours in there, you're going to start seeing the pattern come to. What I'm definitely going to do different next time is the bottle that I'm using. I'm going to cut it down probably like halfway, because I think part of the problem is why it was getting so weird and wonky is because the bottle was too tall and the batter had so far to go down, it just like gave up halfway. So as promised, you can see the pattern start to come together. Didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. And I'll be completely honest with you guys, I don't equally measure out my batter portions, anything like that. I just go for it. So if I run out of a color, I run out of a color. Like I said, this was a long pour, but it was oddly satisfying just to pour it and then see the pattern actually come out of it. So I used peppermint fragrance oil, which actually did pretty well in the batter, I think. You can see the edges are still a little weird, but overall I think it was a pretty good pour for my first time. All done, and now we get to go to the fun stuff. Swirly, swirly time. Most soapers will tell you this is when they tend to get carried away. You swirl too much and then you're like, what did I do? Overall, I like the pattern that came out. Next time when I do this, I'm definitely going to have to make a better plan for the middle, because I don't know what happened there. As you can see, I'm wiping it off periodically because you don't want the colors dragging through. You want it real clean and crisp as much as possible. I promise we're almost at the finish line with the pour. Just bear with me. We're almost there, and then you get to see the cut. So So as for the middle part, I was a little scared to go too far to where the pattern was, so I started real small, and then I still had a lot of like that pink mauve color in the middle, and I wanted more of a pattern inside. I think my main fault with soaping is that I am so heavy-handed, like trying to be delicate and do little things is almost impossible, so I just want to smash through it. Well, we've made it. We're at the end of the pour. The design is done. Now we get to cut it. So it's been a little less than 24 hours. I really was impatient and couldn't wait. But I could tell last night that it was pretty solid. So I figured by the time I got to it in the morning, it would be good to go. So I really should have waited just a few more hours because you can see in the corner there that it was a little stuck. So a couple more hours couldn't have hurt it. So normally I do a wide bar like the ones you see here. Using a slicer was kind of like weird because, you know, I didn't really know how to properly get the right measurements and all that, so I had to really think it through. But so far they turned out pretty good. So you can see I got the two different types of cutters. Initially what I wanted to do with the smaller size of the loaves was use the wedge on it, but I completely forgot. So you can see the size of these bars, like maybe for some soapers this is like, oh, that's just a normal bar. No, for me this is a huge bar. You can see just the size of it in my hands, how big they actually are. So you'll see a little bit later the different kind of cuts I do with the bars just to get a different look. The slab I'm using I got off Amazon, so it's 10 inches on each side, so I cut each one 3.5 inches so they would all be uniform in size. Although like some of the top and the edges were a little soft, you can see as I'm cutting it, I'm using pretty firm pressure. We're at the end of the cutting, and as you can see, this is what they look like. I try to put them out in like a mosaic so you can see how they look all together. So these are the big bars. They'll probably roughly be about 8 ounces once they're dried. I split about 5 of them down the middle, and this is the pattern that was in there. Awesome. So this is what it looks like when I cut one bar into thirds. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like and subscribe for more content.